Hello and welcome to this triple feature where I will be looking at three different medium tanks, the M3 Lee, the Crusader, T-34, a British light tank, even though it does play as a medium tank, and the Russian T-34 T-5 medium tank. First off, I will show this M3 Lee replay. I will not necessarily be talking a lot during the replay itself, but I might pause it here and there and highlight stuff. But as we get going in this replay, I noticed it's a tier 6 game, and I'm thinking, not the best in an M3 Lee, which a lot of people claim is one of the worst tanks in the game. From my experience so far, I tend to disagree with them because I actually think it's half decent. Not a great tank by any means, but it's not bad either. I mean, it's capable. And at tier 4 it's very capable. Just play like a tank destroyer and you're fine. Yeah, I go for the initial spot first. Trying to spot enemy tanks. Should maybe have vehicle icons on, there we go. Not spotting a lot, I move on to this bush here, which allows me to sit in it for a longer period of time and spot even more. And because of the slope, or the angle of the slope I'm at the moment, I can shoot across, although the guys I'm trying to shoot, they die immediately, but I'm very careful not to expose the top turret of my tank when I'm poking over these sorts of ridges, because I mean your gun is quite far down, so therefore it's quite unfortunate going over some ridges. But as you can see, I do it anyway. You can do it, just be careful.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
So yeah, so far I've done 0 damage. Now I'm switching over to premium because I know the game is won, so I want to get some damage out. So I mean, just want to make the shields count. And here I'm thinking, okay, I'll just pause here for a quick second. Here I'm thinking that you have these two guys down here, and the rest of the enemy team has been spotted all the way over here. So I can, in relatively safety, go around here, assuming that they are not paying any attention to the western flank. So that's what I'm doing, hoping I don't get shot in the rear by the T-34 and the Hellcats up here. Although the Hellcats should be more than busy with all of these guys down here. So now I begin pounding with this Chinook-Kai. I've changed over to normal rounds after the first shot, because there's no point in wasting money at a Chinu. And then back to premium for the T-150.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And I think I changed back to, oh no, I still carry premiums just because I want to get that damage done. I mean, I've only done 400 at this time, so it's not really. And this would be my double if we were to go and win. We are, so therefore I want some damage done. And now I changed to normal AP because it's Hellcats, T-34 and Stuart, so that's again a waste of money.
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged.
You see that the Hellcat nearly takes me out in one shot. But luckily my blind fire connected, so no harm done.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit.
And there I only took 15 damage from that Stuart because he was firing HE. Very lucky for me. I will now show the post-game stats in between this video and the next. And all I can say is that it is my Ace Tanker badge but not really anything extraordinary about it. All of the shots I fired at the Hellcat were direct hits, so that's some damage that my hit log doesn't, or yeah, it didn't show up. Anywho, on to the next replay. And now we take the next replay. This time it's the Crusader, and that's a tier 5 light tank of a British origin, but it isn't really a light tank, not in the scouting sense. It just plays as like a medium, and I play it like my medium tanks, and it does very well at that. And I'm platooned up with top form 007. He's a friend that lives on my dorm, so we play together a lot. And it is on, what's it called, Lake Will Encounter, and I like to go down this middle bit. It's very high risk, high reward, because if nobody goes down here from the enemy team, you can just take side shots in all the time, and that's nice. But if you get spotted here, you are in a bit of trouble, as we will see later. I'm coordinating with top form. I'm driving into rock at the same time, where top form will shoot across whenever I spot something. And so far no enemies. Ah, there we go. Churchill free. So one hit, and he gets hit a massive hit, and then boom, Emorak. And I was like, oh, god, hot damn. 600 damage in 2 shots. That's not really what you're used to in a Crusader, with an average of 75. And I mean, when that happens after half a sec or half a minute, you should just know this will be a good game. And now I'm slowly poking around the corner. I have a T-14 and Toaster backing me up, and I'm thinking, yeah, why not? I mean, the YOLO is strong in this one. Find the KV-1. That's the dirt gun, I pull back. Again, top form is shooting from the town, helping me out. And just look at it, this rate of fire. One shot every 1.86 seconds. And now I get spotted, and now you can see what really happens. The Toaster gets taken out in no time. I stay a bit too long against this Matilda, and I'm thinking, damn, now I'm dead. I get tracked, I repair, and then I scream at the top of my lungs to that this T-14 should shield me. And luckily for me, he pulls back so he can shield me, so well played to him. And then I sit here and pound away at enemies to get revenge.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. That one didn't go through. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit.
I mean, just look at this rate of fire. I think the DPM on this tank is somewhere near 2000, and that's just massive for tier 5.
We've damaged them. Enemy armor is damaged.
I just missed this Matilda.
We've damaged them.
And I'm able to snipe the lower plate from here, but not really much else. And then I have a surprise. PZ-38 NA. So now I'm actually attacking towards my own base against a PZ. And I bounce him, and it's always nice to bounce tanks in the Crusader. And already now I've done 1786 damage. Helped a lot by the Amarak on the Churchill 3. And now I noticed that me and Top Form, we are on our way to get a Bros and Hose, so I asked him to move up, because they have 3 artillery and a Chinu and most likely a Panther 4 in base, or 3-4. So we're on a Top Gun hunt, and there we go. Unfortunately for him, he's out in the open. So I tried to take their attention, but they give 0 fucks. And there we have all of the artillery pieces. Coordinating again. Focus fire and so on. And unfortunately the Panther 3-4 goes full YOLO and takes out top form. So no frozen hose for us. But I avenge him.
Penetration. Got him. We damaged them. Got him.
I was a bit lucky that the M37 didn't hit me, although if he had, that would have been a very lucky shot. And now I'm only 1 kill away from the Top Gun, and there's a nice little sexton here, so I just engage auto aim and keep on moving across his traverse, so he is forced to make a bad shot.
Unlocked. Enemy
And I get the kill. And as we can see, 6 kills, 2.7 thousand damage in the tier 5. That is equivalent to taking down 6 full health Crusaders. So I mean, the Top Gun was well earned, and as you will see in the post-game stats, I get a quite nice amount of experience from this game, and another Ace Tanker badge, although I did already have the Ace Tanker on this tank, but since the 8.11 update you get Ace Tankers again and again. So another Ace Tanker game on the same day as the Lee. I mean, that was fun. And now for the third game in this feature, and this is the Russian tier 5 medium tank, the T-34. And in this game I just scored it. I think this was my third game in it. Yeah, third game. And I'm playing on mines. Always a fun map. And because I'm in the medium tank, I go towards the hill. And here I drove into the Crusader 4 because I'm looking at the T-34. Our T-34, he's supposedly a good player, but I was like, oh, so he's now an AFK. I wasn't expecting him to be a bot or anything, because I mean he has good stats. Just maybe a disconnect, so I thought, oh, damn it, that's a big loss. But I mean, I just carried on, and now I see him moving on the map. So maybe he was just fiddling around under this top, who knows. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to the hill on my in my mediums, always, nearly. The team who wins the hill wins the game 9 out of 10 times, because you can just control so much of the map from the hill. And here I take a hit from the artillery and I decide to repair my tracks. If the artillery was actually aimed for me or not, I don't know, but it was an annoying hit. It could have gone very wrong if he had hit me flush. And notice that in that little engagement I took no damage, and I managed to deal 430 damage. So I mean, the tank can be quite troll if the enemy doesn't quite know what he's doing. Now I'm moving into positions to start and decap, because that's also very important. And I have accompanied by the other T-34, he's also giving me company, so we have the hill under control. Enjoy the rate of fire on this gun. It's nearly as good as the Crusader, but not quite. But it does have high alpha. So I mean, that is... tanks with high rate of fire is fantastic. I mean, you can just kick so much ass in them. And here I see that the VK has a big gun, so I decide not to go down and say hello, because I mean that would be unfortunate, and we have the town under control and everything, so I'm deciding to switch over to the western flank, because that's a bit more risky. Well, not risky, but the western flank needs more help than our eastern flank. And here we have a surprise bathtub. And there was another bounce here, but it doesn't look like he has the top gun, so... So at the moment it's still relatively even Stevens. I mean it's 10-9, 11-9, but still. And now the artillery took out the other T-34, so that was memorable, and one of our allies shot each other, so all of a sudden we have 11 versus 11. So now I decide to move over to the other flank and clear that one out so we don't have tanks coming from all sides. But as it turns out, that wasn't really needed because they handled it themselves. And then I thought, okay, might as well go and check out the artillery. And then, okay, here now is a little interesting bit. I spot the T-34 going up on the hill, and then it would be very risky for me to continue over here because he could drive up and sit here and just shoot me to death. So therefore, while going down, I keep an eye on him. And then as you can see, now he's going north this way. So I thought, I think, okay, fine, I can make a run forward to the enemy base. He could go around this way and start shooting me, but he doesn't know I'm this way. Well, now he does because I'm shooting the grill, but before that he didn't know I was going this way. But if he had turned south, I would not have gone across there. I would have gone back up the hill and taken him out, because he could have easily shot me to death. And there we go. Now he's on the eastern side of the island, so I know I'm safe for now. I can continue my journey towards the Chino. Since he has not been spotted at the time and he's a not very good player, I'm suspecting a bot or AFK player. And it turns out I might have been right, because he clearly comes from the island, from the, the direction of the island, but now he chose to attack. A bit too late, but... And I bounced another shot. And then, bam, all of a sudden, surprised Radley-Walters. I mean, I didn't really play extremely well, I just took out the enemies I met. And ending up dealing 2.2k damage in my third game in this T-34. I'm definitely going to like this tank. I think it's just a Russian Crusader tank, or you could argue that the Crusader is a British T-34. High rate of fire on both tanks. The T-34 actually has some armor, not a lot. I mean, still, if angled, it can bounce a few shots if I'm lucky and side scrape and or whatnot. So that's, I mean, adds a bit of survivability. It is not as maneuverable as the Crusader, but I mean, it's still maneuverable enough for my taste. So now I will show you some post-game stats, and then I will end this video. If you liked it, please rate it down below, and if you like my content in general, just subscribe. That'll be much appreciated, and I will hopefully be able to do more of these features with a specific tank type or tactic on a map or something like that, depending on what type of games I get. Because I mean, just a replay of a tank on a map is not that interesting in my opinion. I like to have several replays where I can show different aspects of different tanks or a similar play style or so on and so forth. And this, by the way, was also my Ace Tanker badge on the T-34, so all of the 3 replays have that in common. But yeah, thanks for watching, and enjoy these post-game stats.